Hello everyone. In this question number 2 of video assignment 10, we should be able to tell if an experiment is binomial or not. So let me just remind you that a binomial experiment consists of what we call trials. Each trial should have only two possible outcomes. The number of trials should be fixed, so we should know how many in advance. And also trials can be independent. So a couple of things to watch out for. So first of all, usually the experiment will not have a fixed number of trials if you see the word until. So if you're selecting something until you see this many successes, this is not going to be binomial because you do not know how many times you will have to perform the experiment. Also, it's possible that a trial can have more than two possible outcomes, then obviously that's not going to be binomial. Now, the independence part is very tricky. So here, if you are selecting people from a very large pool of items, and it doesn't matter really whether it's with replacement or without replacement, in other words, is it possible to select a person twice or not? So if it's a large pool of items, it really doesn't matter, and we can assume that the trials are independent. But if it's a small pool of items, for example, you have 20 items and 8 of them are blue and 12 of them are green, and if you're selecting, let's say, 3 of them, it's going to matter what happened on the previous trials, because some of them will be gone if the selection is without replacement. Some of, for example, of the blue balls will be gone, so the chance will change. So this is not going to be independent. So usually when the selection is without replacement, that's when you have not independent, and also from a small pool of items. So let's take a look here. First one says 3 students are randomly selected from a class of 26. And the number of students out of 3 who took physics in high school is recorded. So we have 3 students are selected, so that's the number of trials. It is fixed. Each student either took physics in high school or didn't, so there are two possible outcomes. However, we are selecting these 3 students without replacement because it says a student cannot be selected twice from a small pool of items, which in this case is 26 students. And so the independence is going to fail. So we're going to say that's not binomial because the trials are not independent. The next one says 26 randomly selected community college students are selected. We want to know how many of them are engineers. So for each student, we're just going to say, are you going to be an engineer or not? And so we have two possible outcomes, engineer or not, and 26 fixed trials. And we're assuming that these 26 people are selected from a huge pool of items, which is community college students, and maybe like 50,000 of them or something like that. So this is not a small pool. So I think this would be a binomial experiment. Next one says 26 community college students are randomly selected. For each student, we record whether they take 4 classes, 3 classes, 2 classes, or 1 class. So here, the number of trials is fixed. We got 26. But each trial does not have only 2 possible outcomes, because it could be 4 or more, 3, 2, 1. So this is not a binomial because we have more than 2 possible outcomes. For this one says, students are surveyed until a student is found who thinks that student tuition is too high. This until thing means that the number of trials is not fixed. You do not know how many students you're going to need to survey, right? So that's why it's not fixed. Okay. For this question, 26 community college students are randomly selected. For each student, their BMI is recorded. So here we're recording BMI, body mass index. That's not a yes or no response. This is actually some sort of number, right? So that's not going to be two possible outcomes. So this is not a binomial. For this one, it says number of students who like statistics out of 26 students. So we have 26 students, and each student we're asking, do you like statistics or not? So there are two possible outcomes, 26 students selected from a large pool. So this is going to be binomial. This one says community college students are repeatedly selected until we find a student who likes stats. Well, again, the word until means that the number of trials is not fixed. Okay, let's take a look if we got this question correct. Yay.